Hello, my name is Mark Carlson. This video is an overview of the containers track at Storage Developer Conference 2020. My name is Mark Carlson. I'm with Kioxia and I co-chair the SNIA Technical Council. Our first talk I'm going to talk about is leveraging modern networks to deliver faster storage to database workloads in Kubernetes from Amarjit Singh of Kioxia America. The Kubernetes use cases talked about in this particular session are that stateful set workloads in Kubernetes are mostly used for databases. And rather than being stateless, like most of Kubernetes, they require permanent storage provided by persistent volumes that don't go away when the application goes away. He's also going to get into provisioning a volume using the container storage interface. And he digs into a Kubernetes scheduler. He talks to volume provisioners. Volume provisioner creates a volume. CSI node, which is the container storage interface node driver, connects volume to the worker node. And then you're off and running. But please visit this talk, and if you're interested in Kubernetes and how the storage plugs in, please give it a look. The next talk is the dynamic storage provisioning in Kubernetes. And this comes from Divya with MSys Technologies. So the concept of dynamic provisioning in this talk allows storage to be created on the fly, storage volumes created on the fly, on demand. Usually it's a fairly manual process of creating the volume through the vendor's proprietary interface in a lot of cases. But dynamic provisioning is now moving towards being able to do that without the help of a vendor-specific tool. And so there's a relationship here that's talked about the persistent volume and persistent volume controller, the storage class, which is provided by the container storage interface, and why they use CSI in the first place. There's other ways to do this, but I think they're headed in the right direction on provisioning the volumes themselves through the drivers, adding that functionality to CSI, and enhancing the automation of your Kubernetes installation. And the last talk is on Decay. Decay is open source NVMe driver and set of tools that will be explained and shown how they can enhance Kubernetes storage. So this is the Decay architecture. The talk will certainly bring you up to speed on some of the latest technologies that are part of this suite. Logical volume partitioning, NVMe OF support. Come to the talk and definitely check this out. So the dynamic volume provisioning is explained in detail, and any questions that you have on any of these talks can be asked on our Slack channels that correspond to the talk. The authors are sitting there waiting for you to ask questions. Instead of an in-person kind of viewing, where you have to wait until the end to ask your questions. You can ask your questions anytime. Just put the video on pause, then go over to the chat room, ask your question, get your answer, come back and better understand the content that's in the video. So be sure and maximize your SDC 2020 experience. I mentioned the Slack chat room. We don't have the URLs at the time of recording this video, but also check out the Birds of Feather sessions. These are live sessions, although they may have some pre-recorded content. But you can ask questions interactively there. There's a separate Slack channel for each of our BOFs. And at the end of each session, please rate each session you want. You'll see a box under the video on the SDC site, not on YouTube, not in Slack, but just on the web page there. And there is additional details on the Introduction to SDC video. So please enjoy the SDC 2020 virtual event. Thank you.